You feel exhausted, resentful, overwhelmed. People take more than you want to give. They demand more than you want to offer. They cross lines you didn't even know you were allowed to draw. And you think the problem is you, that you're not generous enough, patient enough, loving enough. But here's what psychology reveals. The problem isn't that you're not giving enough. The problem is that you don't have boundaries. And without boundaries, you're not being kind. You're being depleted. Boundaries aren't walls that keep people out. They're lines that protect who you are. And there are 5 specific types of boundaries that psychology says everyone must have to maintain mental health, self-respect, and genuine relationships. Here are the 5 boundaries you need immediately. First, time boundaries. This is your right to protect your time from people who treat it like it's infinite and free. Research by Dr. Ashley Willens at Harvard shows that time is your most non-renewable resource, yet most people guard their money more carefully than their time. Time boundaries mean saying no to demands that don't align with your values, priorities, or capacity. It means not being available 24/7 just because technology makes it possible. Here's what this looks like in practice. You don't answer work emails at midnight just because you can. You don't say yes to every social invitation out of guilt. You don't let people show up unannounced and expect your immediate attention. You don't stay on the phone for 2 hours when you have 15 minutes. Dr. Henry Cloud's research on boundaries shows that people without time boundaries end up living everyone else's agenda except their own. You become a supporting character in other people's lives while your own life sits unattended. The psychology is clear. When you don't protect your time, you're teaching people that their priorities matter more than yours. And here's the trap. People will take as much as you give. Not because they're malicious, but because you've never shown them where the limit is. Research shows that time boundaries actually improve relationships because they create sustainability. When you protect your time, you can show up fully for the time you do give, instead of showing up resentfully for time you didn't want to give. Your time is your life. Every yes to someone else's demand is a no to something you value. Boundaries let you choose your yeses consciously instead of giving them away by default. Type 2. Emotional boundaries. 55 seconds. Second, emotional boundaries. This is your right to have your own feelings without taking responsibility for everyone else's. Dr. Harriet Lerner's research on emotional systems shows that emotional boundaries separate where you end and others begin. You can care about someone's pain without making it your pain. You can love someone without being responsible for their happiness. You can be empathetic without being consumed. Here's what emotional boundaries look like. Someone is upset. You can care without fixing. Someone is angry. You can listen without absorbing. Someone is disappointed in you. You can acknowledge without collapsing. Someone dumps their emotions on you. You can support without drowning. Dr. Brené Brown's research on empathy versus enmeshment shows that healthy relationships require differentiation, the ability to be separate people with separate emotional experiences, even while connected. The damage of no emotional boundaries is profound. You become everyone's emotional dumping ground. You carry weight that isn't yours. You feel responsible for managing everyone's feelings while neglecting your own. Research by Dr. Lindsay Gibson on emotional unavailability shows that people without emotional boundaries often come from families where their feelings didn't matter, so they learn to prioritize everyone else's emotions as survival. But in adulthood, that pattern destroys you. You're trying to regulate everyone else's nervous system while your own is in constant dysregulation. Emotional boundaries mean, I care about your feelings, but I'm not responsible for them. I'll support you, but I won't carry what's yours to carry. Third, physical boundaries. This is your right to control your own body, your personal space, and who gets physical access to you. Dr. Judith Herman's research on trauma shows that physical boundary violations, even small ones, teach you that your body isn't yours, that others' comfort matters more than your autonomy, that saying no to touch is rude. Physical boundaries mean you don't hug people just because they expect it. You don't let people touch you when you don't want to be touched. You don't override your physical comfort to avoid awkwardness. You don't let people into your home when you don't want them there. You don't stay in physical proximity to people who make you uncomfortable just to be polite. Psychologist Dr. Peter Levine's work on somatic experiencing shows that your body keeps score of every boundary violation, even ones your mind dismisses as not a big deal. Here's what research shows. Physical boundary violations accumulate. Each time you let someone hug you when you didn't want to be hugged. Each time you let someone stand too close because saying something felt rude. Each time you allowed touch that made you uncomfortable. Your nervous system registers, my no doesn't matter, my body isn't mine. And over time, this creates profound disconnection from your own physical experience. You stop trusting your body's signals because you've learned to override them for others' comfort. Physical boundaries aren't just about dramatic violations. They're about the daily small moments where you honor or betray your body's preferences. And every time you honor them, you're telling your nervous system, you matter. Your comfort matters. Your body is yours.